Hey YouTubers, what better time than to make a video? So I plan on getting my hair cut, booked the appointment on the app at Great Clips, and not quite made it yet. So I left the house probably 45 minutes ago and having a little bit of car trouble. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to help me out, and we're just going to dive right into it, so stay tuned. So guys and girls, as I mentioned, I'm having a little bit of car trouble. What I've got is a 03 Honda Civic. It's a EX sedan automatic. The car supposedly has a remanufactured transmission in it. We actually bought it and needed to do quite a bit of service stuff, so it's had head gasket and a whole bunch of maintenance stuff done. But transmission was supposedly good. So over the last week or so, I've been driving the car around. Everything's been great until the last 24 to 48 hours. So the car is only on short trips up until then, but now it's through a check engine light a couple times, and the light actually went off before I could check the code. So I got my scan tool with me this morning, and as I was leaving the house, I decided that I would wait until the check engine light came on, because you can't scan it and unless it's on. At that point, I made it maybe 10 minutes down the road, and the check engine light came on. So at that point, it's throwing a code. I'll put a little picture of it here. It's a P0740, and at that, it's like a solenoid shift converter fault code. It's pretty generic, so it could be like a dozen different things. And I just started doing some research. As soon as I checked the check engine light, I pulled back on the highway because I had a hair appointment. I needed to get a haircut here, and I didn't make it maybe one red light up the road, and the transmission started slipping. And by that, I mean there was no gear. It wouldn't move. It wasn't slipping as much as it was just inexistent. So I pulled over and I let it cool down. And the cooler it got, the more, the better it worked. So it actually started, going back into gear. I drove it up the road a little bit more, and it started again. So right now, my journey has been, a matter of maybe 6 miles. I drive it maybe 100 yards, and depending upon how long I'd let it sit and how cool the temperature in the transmission had got, at that, the transmission, would make it a little bit further up the road. So I'm limping at home now, and I've got a couple plans, but I want to hear your input. So if we can make it back home, I plan on changing the fluid, but I'm not sure if changing the fluid and looking through a lot of the solenoid filters and seeing if I can find anything that just maybe has some gunk in it, because again, the transmission is supposed to be good and remanufactured. I'm not sure. So at this point, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think it is. I'm not sure we'll reach a actual solution or a final verdict in this video, but we're just going to keep investigating this. So we're going to continue on the journey a little bit here. I'm letting the car cool down, so another couple of minutes, and we'll take it up the road and see how far we make it, and I'll show you what it's doing. A lot worse than before. See, it's actually slipping now. So let's go ahead and get it into neutral here, and we'll just go ahead and kill her, and we'll coast down the hill, and we'll find another road to turn into. Boy, I haven't had to do this in a long time, so wish me luck, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back at it. I think we're gonna make it to the top of the hill. Back into neutral we go, and I think we're going to make it to our cutoff here. I just hope we can get out of the road. All right, we got one car approaching here. We're gonna time it properly and we're not even gonna stop. This thing coasts really well. We'll just find another driveway here whenever we can't coast any further, and we'll let her cool a little bit longer there and see if we can't make it the rest of the way home. Well, guys, we didn't make it into a driveway, so we're in the middle of the road. This isn't going to work out too well. All right, so I got out of the road. We're safe. Not exactly what I had in plan or had in mind here, but the cooler the transmission gets, you know, the longer we make it down the road. So at this point, I'm just trying to make it back so that way I can continue my investigation, and who knows, maybe we got to put a transmission in it. And if that's the case, so be it. But no more running around until we get this figured out in this little guy. So we'll give it a few more minutes and be right back. We're back at it. A few minutes cooled off, and we're just rolling on. Check engine light hasn't come back on since I cleared it originally, so we're just gonna see what happens, and I'll pick you guys up here as soon as we get to the house. All right, boys and girls, I made it to my driveway. You know, very odd sequence of events, and we're gonna let this little guy cool, and probably gonna do a flush on the transmission, look at some stuff and see what kind of comes of it. And I'm going to, you know, wait for you guys' comments. So if this is something you ran into before, please let me know. If I need a new transmission, I think that's probably an option. So we'll catch you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching this little impromptu video. And like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.